Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video today and choosing to spend this valuable time with me rather than catching up on the latest viral funny video or episode of your favorite K-drama. I truly believe that what we're about to explore together will be well worth your investment of time and attention. In this video, we'll explore the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar, a prophecy that reveals the rise and fall of world empires and what it means for us today. This ancient vision, given to the Babylonian king and interpreted by the prophet Daniel, holds powerful insights into history and the future. Join me as we uncover its meaning and significance. Before we dive in, I'd like to thank the Amazing Facts Panorama of Prophecy for providing some of the resources that made this video possible. Have you ever wondered if wars are random, or why our world is still filled with wars and conflicts, even after countless peace agreements and diplomatic efforts? The world already witnessed World War I and World War II, and if current global tensions persist, it appears that we are on a path to a third world war. Will this chaos continue indefinitely, or is there something better ahead? Today, I want to share with you a fascinating prophecy or prediction from the Bible, one that has already come true and gives us a glimpse into the future. Could there be hope for a better world? We can get answers to our questions from Daniel chapter 2, verses 1 through 45. Around 600 years before the birth of Jesus Christ, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, which is present-day Iraq, had a dream that he couldn't remember when he woke up the next day. As a proud king, he demanded that his advisors or wise men reveal both the dream and its meaning, threatening to execute them if they failed. When they could not provide an answer, the prophet Daniel intervened, requesting that the king spare their lives and grant him time to seek God's guidance. After praying with his friends, Daniel, with God's help, revealed that the king had seen a massive statue with a head of gold, chest and arms of silver, bronze belly and thighs, iron legs, and feet of mixed iron and clay. The dream ended with a stone striking and destroying the statue, and this stone grew, became a huge mountain that continued to grow until it covered the entire earth. To understand what the king's dream is, let's explore some key questions and find their answers in the Bible. First, why did God give the Babylonian king a dream? What was the purpose? In Daniel chapter 2 verse 28, it says, "But there is a God in heaven who reveals secrets, and he has made known to King Nebuchadnezzar what will be in the latter days." This emphasizes that it is God who reveals mysteries. Daniel tells King Nebuchadnezzar that no human wisdom can interpret his dream, but there is a God in heaven who unveils secrets and has made known to the king what will happen in the future. So, why did God give the Babylonian king a dream? To show the king, Daniel, and us today what will happen in the future, in our time, before Jesus returns. And what two objects did Daniel say the king saw in his dream? In Daniel chapter 2, verses 31 and 34, it says, You, O king, were watching, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose splendor was excellent, stood before you, and its form was awesome. You watched while a stone was cut out without hands, which struck the image on its feet of iron and clay, and broke them in pieces. A massive statue appeared before him, and a stone came down, striking its feet and shattering them into pieces. And what was the statue made of? In Daniel chapter 2, verses 32 and 33, it says, This image's head was of fine gold, its chest and arms of silver, its belly and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partly of iron and partly of clay. And what does the head of gold represent? In Daniel chapter 2, verses 37 and 38, it says, You, O king, are a king of kings, for the God of heaven has given you a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. And wherever the children of men dwell, or the beasts of the field and the birds of the heaven, he has given them into your hand, and has made you ruler over them all. You are this head of gold. The head of gold represented King Nebuchadnezzar. Notice that the prophecy begins with Daniel's time, during King Nebuchadnezzar's reign. Now, would the Babylonian king last forever? No. Prophet Daniel tells the king in Daniel chapter 2, verse 39, it says, But after you shall arise another kingdom inferior to yours. As we read earlier in Daniel 2:32, after the head of gold is the chest and arms made of silver. The silver chest and arms of Nebuchadnezzar's dream statue represented the Medo-Persian Empire, which emerged as the next world power exactly as Daniel predicted. In 539 BC, this change of power occurred when Cyrus the Great, leading his combined Median and Persian forces, conquered Babylon. Now, you may ask, what metal would represent the kingdom that followed Medo-Persia? In Daniel 2, verse 39, it says, But after you shall arise another kingdom inferior to yours, then another, a third kingdom of bronze, which shall rule over all the earth. The bronze belly and thighs of the statue in Nebuchadnezzar's dream represented Greece, the third great empire in Daniel's prophecy. This bronze kingdom rose to power with breathtaking speed under Alexander the Great, who conquered the Medo-Persian Empire in 331 BC. And now what metal represents the fourth kingdom? In Daniel chapter 2, verse 40, it says, And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, inasmuch as iron breaks in pieces and shatters everything. And like iron that crushes, that kingdom will break in pieces and crush all the others. Rome conquered the Greeks. The iron legs of Nebuchadnezzar's statue represented the Roman Empire, the fourth world power in Daniel's prophecy. Rome was the kingdom that dominated the world when Jesus Christ was born, and Rome's rise to dominance began in 168 BC. Then what would happen after the fall of the Roman Empire? Daniel chapter 2, verses 41 and 42 says, You saw the feet and toes, partly of potter's clay and partly of iron. The kingdom shall be divided, and as the toes of the feet were partly of iron and partly of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly fragile. When the Roman Empire collapsed in AD 476 or 476 AD, it was not replaced by a single dominant power. Instead, various barbarian tribes conquered and divided the empire, fulfilling Daniel's prophecy. 10 of these tribes evolved into modern Europe. They were the Ostrogoths, Visigoths, Franks, Vandals, Alemannians, Sueves, Anglo-Saxons, Heroes, Lombards, and Burgundians. Some of them still exist today in Europe. For example, the Anglo-Saxons became the English, the Franks became the French, the Alemannians became the Germans, and the Lombards became the Italians. So would these 10 kingdoms or tribes ever succeed in uniting? Let's see. Daniel chapter 2 verse 43 says, "They will mingle with the seed of men, but they will not adhere to one another, just as iron does not mix with clay." Throughout history, leaders have tried to unify Europe through marriage, alliances, and treaties. Leaders like Charlemagne, Napoleon, Kaiser Wilhelm, Mussolini, and Hitler all attempted to establish a dominant European empire. However, Daniel's prophecy has prevented any single ruler from achieving this goal. And just a side note, there is another prophecy found in the last book of the Bible. In Revelation chapter 13 tells us there will be an attempt to establish a universal religion before Jesus returns. There will be an effort to create a one-world religion, and they will persecute those who will not join them. You will not be able to buy or sell if you do not follow them. But even though there will be a one-world religion, Daniel's prophecy clearly states that the world will remain politically divided, meaning there will be wars and conflicts between nations for the rest of Earth's history until Jesus returns. The continuing presence of international conflicts and wars in our modern era perfectly aligns with Daniel's prophetic vision. After describing the iron legs of Rome, Daniel went on to predict a fragmented world of mixed iron and clay, powerful yet fundamentally divided nations that would never fully unite despite numerous attempts. However, Daniel's prophecy doesn't end with perpetual conflict. The most hopeful part of the vision describes a stone cut out without hands that strikes the statue's feet. This stone represents God's kingdom. Daniel 2:44 says, "And in the days of these kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. It shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever." The scriptures declare that when Jesus Christ returns, he will completely consume all the kingdoms of earth and establish an everlasting kingdom. This final kingdom gives us tremendous hope amid today's conflicts. The wars and tensions we see aren't signs that the world is spinning out of control. They are precisely what Daniel predicted would characterize the feat of iron and clay before God's kingdom arrives. Each conflict confirms we are still in this final phase of human government before the stone strikes. So while we should work for peace and justice in our time, we can also look forward with confidence to the coming kingdom that will finally bring peace and joy to the world. Friends, as you can see in Daniel's prophecy and with what is going on in the world today, We know Jesus Christ is coming again very soon. We each face a choice. Will we place our trust in the kingdoms and the pleasures of this world? Or will we align our lives with God's kingdom? Today, I invite you to make God the center of your life and to prepare your heart for citizenship in His kingdom. May God continue to bless you, and don't hesitate to ask a question in the comment section. And thank you again for watching.